Hey guys, it's Gab here today, and pretty much what I wanted to talk about was ways to cover your alopecia. Now, as most of you do know, I have a pretty mild case of alopecia. I'm lucky enough right now at this moment that I still do have enough hair to be able to just cover it up and go about my day. It is not easy. It does take a little while, but I can still cover it, and I don't have to wear wigs just yet. I'm being super stubborn, so I'm also eating my emotions right now. So pretty much the reason I don't have any makeup on is because I usually do this before or put on makeup because of the stuff that I use to cover it is actually super messy and gets all over my face because I have so much bald edge. Is that a word? So as you guys can tell, this is like the side where all of the balding really is. There's a good amount on my left side of my head. On my right side is really where it is. You can't tell as much actually right now. You can tell in the back. I gotta pick up my hair. So it starts relatively, I gotta pick up, there's some regrowth too, which is cool. Alright, so this is where all of this stuff is. Pretty much, it started on the right side of my head and has progressed. I have had quite a lot of people ask me or tell me, hey, you should make a video on how you cover your alopecia because literally no one can tell. And honestly, I'll admit, yeah, I'm pretty good at it. It took me a long time to even get comfortable with the fact that I have alopecia, and I'm finally at the point where it's just like a normal thing for me, so it's not really as traumatizing. Here we go. So I will show you some of my tips. This is why I'm single. Some of my tips and tricks as to how I kind of cover my action up here. I do have a spot right here which makes it a little difficult because it is right on my hairline. I really don't have much of a hairline right here. There's really not much left. What I used to use, which I'm just all out, that's why I'm not using it right now, is Bumble and Bumble black hair powder. And this was when my hair was dyed black. Here, I'll get you a little visual. There we go. Right now I'd probably use dark brown. It does come in a range of I think 6 colors, and this stuff is awesome. The only problem with it that I did have is when I would touch my hair, black stuff would get, like, I'll show you how messy, it is pretty messy. Black stuff would get all over my hands, and I'd go to hug somebody and they'd get it on their face, or they'd get it on their hands if they'd like touch my head, and I'm like, I'm sorry. So, you know, but I mean, really anything that you're going to use on your bald spots is probably going to rub off. So, but that is just a little messier than usual. Now, what I do use most of the time, what I used for a long time before I found that spray, is Topic Hair Building Fibers in black, because obviously my hair was black. Now it's faded to dark brown and I'm letting it just kind of grow out. Ah, why am I dropping everything? So what you want to get with these Topic hair fibers is Topic Hair Spray. Now I'll give you a little bit of a lowdown on how well this stuff works. So it comes like this. It's got like pretty much a little applicator. You see, I already have it all over my hands, little black fibers. It does mimic hair when you put it on, so I mean it doesn't do an amazing job, but it does a pretty good job. So what you do is you just shake it on. If it'll come out. Oh, there we go. And there's one tip. There's something else. God. Alright, so as you can tell, it's a little different from my actual hair color. It does cover pretty well. I mean, from afar, you really can't even tell that there's a bald spot there. Although I do put my hair up every day at this point, so I just kind of cover it up. So what you do after you put it on is you take the spray. Maybe stay about like this length away. I usually give it about 4 or 5 sprays. And yeah, it works pretty well. It stays on pretty well. It is wind resistant, so if there is wind, you don't have to worry about it flying off your head. It's just, you know, kind of a temporary, even if you just have thinning hair, that stuff works amazing, and I totally recommend it. It is, I don't know how much it is. It's on the more expensive side. I believe it's maybe $20 or under. Not only that, but what I like to use on this spot, because I can't really do this, it makes a mess on my face. I take some eyeshadow that is relatively close to my hair color. I don't usually use a brush to put it on. I usually just kind of put it on with my finger, but so here's some really dark brown that I'm using. It works awesome, and that's what I had to do for a long time before I found the fibers. But now you can see when my hair is back. I mean, it's not perfect, but I usually kind of put my hair down a little lower to avoid, but you can't really tell at all when you're from far away, and unless you're really up close, like staring at it, then you can kind of tell. But it works pretty well. Another method that I do use that some people are a little afraid to use because they don't want to lose their hair even more. Alright, so I use a teasing brush. I melted it right there, you can tell, but I love this little brush. It does wonders. It's got a little end that you can easily section out hair with. Now, I've got these bald spots right in the front here, and this has always been an issue. But what I usually do is I like to tease the hair. And I do this all around my head too. Like, this isn't just in the front. Like, people are really nervous to do this. They don't, I mean, it's understandable. I was nervous to do this as well. I do usually put a little something on it. I'll show you in the back as well. Let's see. See, that's all the regrowth. The regrowth, for some reason, came back very strange. Back up so you guys can see. It depends on where your bald spots are, but you do have to kind of strategically place your hair. Now, the problem with mine is that I have to put the powders on. I have to put fibers on, otherwise you can see my bald spots. But otherwise, the way that my hair used to be was the bald spot was just right here. And so I had hair here so I could hide it. But it's a little harder for Gabby, so Gabby's trying her best with what she's got. Let's do that. This will come out. There we go. Yeah, the thing is that this gets all over the place, which I do not like, and it always ends up in my mouth. See? This is what the fibers looks like on your skin. But you have to put in that spray, otherwise it will come off easily. And I just kind of, okay. It definitely takes a lot of strategic placing. As you can tell, you can still kind of see a little bit. Actually, I don't know if you can even tell. I can't even see. Yeah, you can. Right there. So you just got to just cover that up. Alright, so you've got your ponytail, which is what I work with. And look at that. Can you see it? No bald spots. Crazy. Crazy stuff, right? What I like to do to even just kind of make it look a little more natural is I put my little wispies out. And I do have, which you can't really even tell, but behind this ear here I've got quite a bit of balding. It actually goes up and touches my bald spot. So what I will do is either, sometimes I do put the powders on it, or I just throw some eyeshadow back there just to darken it up a little bit. There you go, and it's just super easy stuff, not too expensive. It totally depends on, you know, the area where you're balding, how much balding you've got, how much hair you have left. It's all just, all these factors kind of weigh in. So your hair, you might not like the way it looks. It might look a little matty to you. I always do last minute adjustments to kind of make it look like it's not so much teased. Just kind of go over it a little bit with the brush. So it doesn't look as matty, it looks a little more naturally, just, you know, chilling. No one will even know you have alopecia. So another good tip for alopecia, if you have something, like if you have bald spots like in the front a little bit or behind your ears, what I like to wear are big headbands. I mean, this isn't really, I never wear this headband, but this is kind of a good example. It's a thicker, just kind of like a fabric headband that you put on your head. I have a really pretty lace one that is actually downstairs, so I can't show you, But also even just these, just thicker ones that go behind your ears, you can't even tell. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you out at least a little bit. I know that I have been working hard to, you know, figure out ways to cover up my alopecia, and it's taken me a long time, but I've had a lot of people, you know, that I know that approach me about it and ask me, oh, how do you do that? Like, it doesn't even look like you have bald spots. This is what I do, and it does take a little while. Some days it takes a little longer than usual if I want to do different styles of hair, but generally I do just wear a ponytail in my hair. I'm only 19 years old, so when it comes down to like going on dates or, you know, going out on a daily basis or going to school, like I was going to college and I was having a really hard time. I was a vocal major, so I had to go up on stage and sing in front of everybody, and trying to hide this was really difficult and really nerve-wracking. These tips and tricks definitely helped me a lot, and I really hope it helps you guys as well. I do wear wigs and I do wear hair pieces, hair extensions, all that. I've worn them for years, but even before I had alopecia, so I've had some pretty good experience with those. So if you guys would like me to make any more videos on alopecia, ways to hide it, or what I personally do for it, where I bought wigs, where I bought hair pieces, totally let me know. Ask me. I'm down to tell you guys whatever you'd like to hear. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!